Welcome back, fam. This is 3 for 3, a daddy-daughter podcast where we talk about all things faith, family, and sports. We're glad to be back, and today we have now Dalen on here as a special guest, and we're excited to have her here and share a little bit about what we're going to talk about today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Leonard, and welcome back to this week's episode. Also, want to send a shout out and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope everybody's doing well. And again, like Jordan, we'd like to welcome, she's not really a guest, but she's part of this 3 for 3 podcast, the youngest sister of the family. And we're just happy to have Dalen to be able to join us today. Welcome, Dalen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, before we get started, let's do our sports update for this week. Okay, let's talk.
Rob is back. Rob's back. Welcome back.
Holy crap.
Welcome, Rob.
Holy crap.
Not welcome, Dalen. Rob is here with us tonight.
I'm here. Before we get started, let's do our weekly sports update. Let's talk about the NFL. Like last week, we talked about the three Hawaii boys that play quarterback in the NFL: Dylan Gabriel, Marcus Mariota, Tua Tagovailoa. Again, the three got starts last week in the NFL, and actually Tua and Marcus played each other. And we talked about this with Sarah in Spain, and I got to catch the second half of that game. Was really pretty good game. It went into overtime, and unfortunately, Marcus them ended up losing, and Tua and the Miami Dolphins won. But it was a good game. Both played well. You know what I mean? It just came down to a couple plays here and there, but it was a good game. Good showing by both of them representing Hawaii and our Polynesian community. So very proud of them. And yeah, that was awesome. Unfortunately, Dylan Gabriel started, but he got hurt. So he got a concussion. He had to leave the game in the second half. He left the game with the Browns leading, but the sub who came in, Shadur Sanders, couldn't keep the lead, and the Cleveland Browns ended up losing. So hopefully our local boy, Dylan Gabriel, gets cleared and can come back and start this week for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, hopefully the main thing is hopefully he's healthy, and clear the concussion protocol. But so sending well wishes and prayers to Dylan and the Gabriel family. Yeah, so that wraps up our NFL week. Let's talk about college football, Hawaii football. Unfortunately, they played last night on Friday. They ended up losing to UNLV pretty convincingly. UNLV played a great game and ended up beating Hawaii in Las Vegas. But I mean, they're 7-4 now, but still a great season, for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Hopefully, they can just come back home and finish the season strong. But it's a tight race. You still got Fresno State up there in the Mountain West with New Mexico and UNLV. It's going to be a tight race in the Mountain West for the championship. Even Boise State is in it too, so it's going to be a tight race in the Mountain West. We just wish Hawaii a strong finish at the end. Like we talked again last week, unfortunately, our high school season is over for St. Louis football. But, we want to wish the two teams that's in the state championship in a couple weeks, Campbell Sabres and the Kamehameha Warriors. So two good teams. I know both coaches well, and we wish the best for both of them, and hopefully they can put on a good show and have a great game. So good luck to both teams. Lastly, women's soccer. We talked about this again last week. That unfortunately, Dalen and her Sacramento State team unfortunately wasn't able to make the tournament, but the women's soccer tournament is on.
Yep.
Are you following?
Yep, I'm following. Me and my friends actually made a bracket, like it's March Madness for football. Basketball. Yep. But we made a bracket. I'm not doing so well. Notre Dame losing this last game to Ohio State really hurt a lot of us because I had Notre Dame in the final against Stanford. So Stanford's still doing well. I think they beat. Who did they play last night? They beat Alabama. Like yep. 7 goals to like 3, I think. So that's going good. But yeah, I'm following along. Are you?
No, I mean, I'm not. I didn't do a bracket, but I kind of follow along with the games and stuff. But yeah, making a bracket and choosing your teams makes it fun. You know what I mean? And you can kind of follow along. It's tough because you can't predict the upsets, and then once you get an upset, it breaks the bracket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Like some of the scores are crazy. Yeah, like a lot of goals.
Yeah, I thought that was a crazy ending and goal differential last night. because I was watching the beginning of the game, and they were going back and forth. Stanford scored first, and then Alabama scored, answered them back, and they kept going back and forth, and then I guess Stanford just finished strong.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then even like TCU, their scores are like 7-0, 4-0.
Yeah,
You know, just
crazy scores.
maybe the difference, you know, in talent and level. So that's
Right,
why. But
right,
the teams that's
right.
left over, moving on to next week, we got Ohio State versus Baylor, Florida State versus Georgetown, TCU versus North Carolina, and LSU
Mm,
versus Vanderbilt on one side. And then the opposite
okay.
side, you got Stanford and BYU. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Stanford, BYU,
Wow.
Colorado, Michigan State, another good one. Duke and Kansas, and then the
Mm,
last one gonna be Washington and Virginia. Washington is kind
looks
of
like
like on
a
a roll, man. You know, I
yeah,
mean, they're winning close, but they're winning. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
a
yeah. That's a
team that,
team to watch for
yeah,
sure.
they look kind of hot going into the tournament. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, we'll see. But
And then BYU was able to upset UCLA in PKs.
that's crazy. I
So
don't
that
know.
was huge.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think BYU is getting lucky.
I mean, a little bit of luck and being good is
Yeah.
what you need when you play in championship tournaments. You know what I mean? You need a little bit of both, and
Mhm. Yeah.
they might have something to it.
Yeah.
Anything else, George?
No, I mean, I wish I could follow along, but I don't have time to turn on the TV.
I know Jordan is working really hard and super busy. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, so that wraps up our sports update for this week. So we like to kind of start with Jordan. Can you open us up in a short prayer?
Yes. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you again for bringing us all together. As we talk about today's topic on Thanksgiving, I pray that you position our hearts, especially during this time, but always in humility, and I pray that we have thankful hearts. I'm thankful for family, sports, and even just health. And I pray over this episode that you remind us of your goodness. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, like Jordan said, today's episode topic is a thankful heart. So we're taking a little Thanksgiving spin on today's episode, and we're just going to talk about Thanksgiving and what Thanksgiving means to us, you know, to our family, to us individually, and in our lives. So let's get started. So what does Thanksgiving mean to us? So when you think of Thanksgiving, what comes to your guys' minds first when we talk about Thanksgiving?
You want to go first, Dave?
Yeah. The first thing, I think it's just just taking a step back and remembering how grateful and thankful we are, like wherever we are, and just in any circumstance that we're in, there's always room for thankfulness, and we can thank God first, and then we just thank our family and our parents and just the people around us that support us and continually support us and just love us. And sometimes we can forget to be grateful and thankful in our everyday lives. So I think this holiday is really important for us to just pause and remember to have a thankful heart. And yeah, I think with Christmas coming up, we think about like gift giving and all those things, but I think we just need to remember um to be thankful first for everything that we've had, that we do have, and for God just continually blessing us.
Yeah, I agree. Thanksgiving is actually one of my favorite holidays, even I think over Christmas. I mean, it's really close. I love Christmas too, but just the fact that Thanksgiving is a time to practice humility, because I think, you have to position yourself. You have to be in a humble position to really be thankful. And it's honestly the best position to put yourself in any situation, I feel like. And like Dalen said, it's really a time to slow down, and rest and think of how blessed we are. And when I think of Thanksgiving, I always think of God's goodness first. And food, sports, and family, all of that is really important as well. And I love connecting with people, and like we're gonna do this year with family, even new family now that we have up here in California. But you just really get to see the fruit growing in your life, and it's a time to reflect. And again, there's just food on the table. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I know. I agree with both of you guys. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving is pretty special. Even for me, I think Thanksgiving is probably um, my the best holiday for me, just because of the time that we get to celebrate of just again being thankful and being grateful for what we have. And I get to look around and see my family and just feel so blessed and so humbled by God's grace and mercy. When I look at you guys um, and just having you guys, in our lives, and so it's special. It's just it's humbling, but and just grateful to just for God's grace and mercy, each and every day. And it's also special too because this is when Zeke was born. Zeke was born in November 23rd, so even made Thanksgiving for us more special because we don't only get to celebrate Thanksgiving, but we get to celebrate his birthday. Which also brings us a heart of thankfulness because he was our first child. He was God's first gift to us, and so it makes this time of the year for mom and I very very special. So yeah, Thanksgiving is very I think a very very great time in our lives to celebrate God's grace and to celebrate each and every one of you. Yeah, yeah, awesome time of the year for us.
And like sports, like if we're talking about sports
Mhm.
actually helped me just notice God's blessings more and made me even more thankful and helped me practice being thankful. Like when you go through a tough season or tough situations where things didn't go perfectly, you get to notice and really appreciate how God moves and the little things he provides for you through that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
And even
exactly.
small wins remind you of God's goodness and how he provides and is a great reminder.
What about you, Dalen? Thanksgiving and sports. Anything that comes to you as far as both topics?
Yeah, I agree with Jordan, especially during this time under just a lot of change and new opportunities and just different circumstances. It just makes me realize that I just continually learn how to have a thankful heart and learn to be thankful first for everything that I have. And with that, I think just God will continue to bless me and our family. Yeah, just growing in my faith and learning to do that. It's been, yeah, I'm just growing. So,
And
yeah.
obviously, when we talk about Thanksgiving, you got to talk about football. It's a huge part of American Thanksgiving in a lot of homes. They gather as
Yeah.
a family, they eat, and they watch football.
Mhm.
So it's huge. And I think everybody around the country does that. On Thanksgiving
Yeah.
Day.
Yes.
You stay home all day with your family. You watch all the football games from morning to night. And I mean, and that's how I grew up too. I grew up, as a young boy doing that the same thing. Helping
Yep,
with the meal.
you do that every weekend.
It's football season. What you expect? The heck? It's football season. So, but we're talking about Thanksgiving and sports. So football. Just it's
Yep.
sad. It's sad this year because we're not in the state championship. Normally the state championship falls on
Yep.
Thanksgiving week,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
it's kind of a sad one for me personally because,
Mhm.
you know, I was looking forward to being in that state championship game, and unfortunately it didn't work out. It's sad, but you always got to remember that God has a plan. His plan is always perfect. Again, not for our good, but always for our good and His glory. So I just got to keep
Mhm.
that in perspective to help me get over my depression.
Oh my god.
Whoa. Wait, I was like, wait,
I think we're
what?
gonna be okay.
There's worse things happening. My
I
God.
know, I know. I just joking.
His first love.
What about off? What about on and off like gratitude you have on and off the field. Like you guys both play high level soccer in college. You know what I mean? What's the type of gratitude you have that you have on and off the field? Could be either or. What are you
Mm.
grateful for? Or the opportunity to play soccer, opportunity to go to college and get an education. Well, do you have any type of gratitude or thankfulness for the ability to play soccer in college?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just being in college made me realize how lucky we are to be on a team, because we have those relationships right there in front of us. And I think it could be harder for non-athletes or regular students to have such good and close relationships and bond through a sport. And I just think we're lucky to be able to be on the field together and then also be best friends off the field together. And we're bonding and we're so passionate about this one thing, and we're building relationships right here, and those relationships are gonna last beyond soccer. Like I want friends like at my wedding, and to have a friend just, yeah, after school and after all of this. Like I'm just so grateful that we're able to do something we love and then just share that relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I
George.
agree. I agree. Like, soccer has brought me some of the funniest people and like some of my best friends. And, just getting to have those moments together while also doing something that we all love and we get inspired from. And then, soccer, competing at that level, you go through seasons, hard seasons. And I mean, I'm just thankful for those, because those are the ones that God used to really grow me, especially in my faith. And He showed me in those challenges, there's always something to be thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
And a time to pull back and look how faithful He's been in your past and to where you are now. And when I look back, I can see the fruits that came out of it. And a lot of fruit came out of just playing college soccer. And it reminds me so much of Psalm 20. God is guiding and always leading us and is always with us through every valley. And yeah, the main thing is, like Dalen said, is relationships. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
getting to build those in college, playing soccer, and just the ability to just move your body. I mean, now just working in a
Mm-hmm.
regular environment, not everybody like gets to be able to. I mean, it's so hard for them to either deal with health issues, or they can't even do a 45-minute workout, and they want to, but it's really hard for them personally, like with health issues. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
just to be able to move at such a high level and live
So
a
you
healthy
guys really
lifestyle.
appreciate your
Yeah.
health, and the ability
Hmm.
to move like
Mm-hmm.
that. Even for me, like shoot, even when I was in college, those times are the best, like best years of my life. I mean, I
Yeah.
can still remember like today. And it wasn't about the games. It was all about the
Mm-hmm.
relationships that I made. Those guys are
Mm-hmm.
still my best friends still today. You talk
Mm-hmm.
about laughing and just having so much fun, and those relationships last like forever. And I'm glad that you guys get to experience that same opportunity. Shoot, I got my first job just because of playing football for Hawaii. You know what I mean? So just so those opportunities, that came from. So I'm so grateful for that. But so I'm also grateful to seeing you guys do that too. Being able to
Mm-hmm.
get a education, play college soccer at the highest level. Not you guys are a small percentage of young women doing this. So you gotta be very thankful and appreciative for this opportunity, and thank God, for it. And also, thankful for Zeke, being able to create his own path. So
Mm-hmm.
thankful for that, that he's found a career and a passion of his that he can make a career out of it. You know what I mean? And still be
Mm-hmm.
a great husband and father at the same time. So, yeah, mom and dad is very, very humbled and grateful during this time of the year because of, seeing you guys grow
Mm-hmm.
and develop to be good young people. So yeah, very thankful. So keep it on the same. the subject of a grateful heart. What were you guys thankful for this year? Just talk about this year only. What is one thing that you guys are thankful for this year?
For me, it was the challenges and the change that happened this year. Because in the beginning, I obviously was trying to deal with it during the time, and I didn't know how to. But now, as time has passed and things have changed, and I've experienced new things and have been growing over the year, I now look back and I'm thankful for those challenges and God putting me through adversity and just change, experiencing that, because overall I think I can be thankful for how much I grew as a person, and that's just making me stronger as a person and in my faith. So that's something I'm grateful for.
I mean, not to get so in detail, but I think Dalen is talking about just some of the struggles that happened this year in soccer. Coming off a great year the year before, winning the Big Sky, playing in the NCAA tournament, you come into the next year with big and high expectations. But there's always stuff that happened that's out of your control. And I think that's some of the things that I think Dalen was talking about. That happened this soccer season. And just again trying to deal with it and you're the best that you can. You know what I mean? But despite, like I tell you, despite all these challenges and adversity, I mean, what I liked or what I enjoyed seeing was you drawing closer to God, you growing in your walk with Him, and you staying close to Him during these these tough times. So I was grateful to see that from you. How about you, George?
And I mean, I'm grateful as like an older sister to watch, Dalen play and see how she's really grown um as a soccer player and as a person. And just for me personally, I'm just thankful for, I know I said this, like we shared our goals in the new year, last year though, for 2025, and seeing how all those things has worked out, not necessarily like exactly the way I wanted to, but for my good. And also I really prayed for just a deeper relationship with the Lord, and how that relationship's grown now. And it's just so crazy to look back. And right now I'm just thankful for just a brand new season in life after college soccer, and how God just keeps showing me his just goodness in every step of the way, no matter what I'm doing. And I'm thankful that he never leaves nor forsakes, and he's always with me um on and off the field. So yeah, I'm just thankful for this new season, and just excited for where he's gonna lead me next.
Awesome. I totally agree. And another thing that for me that I'm thankful for is actually starting this podcast. Just because it's a time where I can come together, with my daughters and just talk about life and at least have a time where we can spend, and just talking and sharing about our lives and our experiences and what we're going through, and just share these special moments together as a father and daughter. So very special for me, and I look forward to each episode that we get to come together and film. So I'm thankful. Okay, so before we end, we always like to go through our rapid fire questions, and we have a rapid fire questions this episode for a thankful heart. So Dalen, you might be new to this, but Dad kind of goes through just some quick questions, and then you just answer really quick. So both of you guys will have a chance to give me your answers really quick. Okay? So here we go. Number one. What's one thing you're thankful for today, right now? Right now.
You, Dad.
No, you guys answer, not me.
Matcha.
I'm telling you the questions. Matcha.
No, I'm thankful for you.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, number two. What's the best Thanksgiving food on the table this year?
Wait, did I go?
You said matcha.
Did I go?
Yeah, you
You
said
heard that?
matcha.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thankful
Yeah,
for matcha.
of course. Okay, number 2, stuffing.
Mm.
Turkey.
Turkey. Okay, 3. What's one thing soccer taught you to be grateful for?
What's one thing soccer taught you to be grateful for?
My health.
Health.
Okay, good. Good. What's your most thankful moment as an athlete?
Winning a championship.
For a moment. I was grateful that, I got to be a leader to a great team.
Good answer. Okay, number 5. If you had to give a thankful shout out to one person in the stands, who's getting it?
I mean, if she's ever there, Mom.
Wow.
Since she said mom, I'll say you, Dad.
Okay.
I'll say you. I
Okay.
got you today, brother.
All right. Thank you. Pumpkin pie or custard?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Okay. Just for that. Just for that, having a custard right now for you guys after this. Next one. One thing God taught you this year that you're grateful for. One thing that God taught you guys this year that you're very grateful for.
Relationships.
Being single. Oh my gosh, I was just about to. You said relationships, I said being single.
Holy, I don't know if that's good or sad.
What? It's not sad. That's why I'm
Single.
saying it. It's not sad.
Okay.
It's
She's
not
grateful
sad.
for it.
Okay.
It's a
She's
gift.
grateful.
It's a gift.
Yep.
Okay, one last one.
That part.
One blessing that came from a setback.
Blessing that came from a setback. I mean, all my setbacks came, like the blessing that came out of it was just like a deeper relationship with the Lord. I mean, that's all I can think of right now.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. Faith in the Lord. Faith and trust in the Lord. I would say that as well.
Okay, through that setback, yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us today on our Thanksgiving episode. This is 3 for 3. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can tell us what you're grateful for and what you guys are doing on Thanksgiving. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, especially our YouTube channel where this is dropping. And they're all This is 3 for 3. We hope you take some time this week to pause and look around and thank God for all the blessings and people and moments that matter. So happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Aloha.
Thanksgiving.
We love y'all.
Aloha.